He only knew how to swing a dagger until now, so learning the skill Fatal Strike was super helpful. Yes, he leveled up and learned new skills. This was the best start ever. On the second day Jinwoo's hunting got much faster with his new attack skill. One hit and the monsters were down. Jinwoo's eyes widened as he saw beasts fall one after another. After being struck with Fatal Strike, was Jinwoo holding back this skill before? What could he really do? Jinwoo was amazed but also curious about Jinwoo's actual rank. Since Jinwoo easily beat Strike hunters, he must be at least a B rank. Jinwoo didn't dare ask Jinwoo directly, so he just watched with his mouth open. But there was a problem with hunting so quickly. You cannot use the skill because you do not have enough mana. Jinwoo frowned. Again. To get more mana he drank a potion he bought from the shop. What's that, boss? Jinwoo asked. He had seen Jinwoo drink this blue potion before, but he was still curious. This. Jinwoo hesitated for a moment while checking the potion's info. Item mana potion acquired with ease. Category consumable. A liquid that restores mana. This potion restores 500 mana when you drink it. You can carry it in your inventory, but you can't give it to anyone else. The note said he couldn't give it to another person. Jinwoo wondered what would happen if he shared it with someone else. He gave the potion to Jinhyo, but it vanished from Jinhyo's hand without a sound. Is this magic, boss? Jinwoo realized why he couldn't transfer it. He had discovered something new. A special item that only one person can own will disappear if someone else touches it. Jinwoo wondered what would happen if no one touched it. He called the shop and bought a different kind of potion. This time it wasn't his usual blue mana potion, but a red healing potion. The potion appeared in Jinwoo's hand when he finished buying it. Boss, that's amazing, someone said in surprise. The liquid turned red. Jinhyo thought it was a cool trick when the potion changed. Jinwoo did this to see if it works on others. He asked Jinhyo to bend down, open your mouth, and look up. Like this, boss. Perfect. Stay still just like that. Jinwoo tipped the bottle with the potion in it. The red liquid flowed down Jinhyo's throat. Jinhyo's eyes widened. Huh? What is this, boss? I suddenly feel so much energy. Jinhyo had been really tired from carrying a heavy bag for a long time, but his face quickly looked better. Jinwoo was happy with how it worked. He learned that giving the potion this way was effective. If there were hurt hunters he could treat them in the same way even without a healer. This could help Jinwoo a lot in the future. If you get tired, let me know. There's more where that came from. Jinwoo wasn't doing this just to be nice. If the butler got tired and slowed down, Jinwoo would have to slow down too. This would hold him back, which was why Jinwoo was keeping a close eye on the situation. Jinwoo saw this differently and thought Jinwoo was being kind and supportive. Boss. Jinwoo said simply, let's go. Jinwoo felt moved by Jinwoo's actions. He followed Jinwoo with tears in his eyes, believing that Jinwoo truly cared about him and had his back. On the third day Jinwoo reached into his bag of weapons and pulled out a piece of paper. Here, boss, he said, handing it to Jinwoo. What is this? Jinwoo asked. It's the money we made from selling the essence stones over the past 2 days. Jinwoo wasn't happy about this. He wished Jinwoo had handled this earlier instead of waiting until they were deep in a dungeon, filled with dangerous magic beasts. But that feeling didn't last long. Jinwoo looked at the number, 600,000,001. That was a lot of money written on the paper. You're giving me all the money from selling the essence stones. Jinwoo nodded. Yes, sir. I'm not doing raids because I need the money. Plus you're the one who defeated all those magical creatures. How could I ask you to share the rewards now? Jinwoo's eyes lit up like a kid waiting for praise. Wow, look at this guy. Jinwoo noticed that Jinwoo had started acting differently around him since they began working together. At first it felt like Jinwoo only did things because Jinwoo asked him to. Now he acted more like a younger coworker who looked up to someone he admired. Jinwoo noticed how cute Jinwoo could be at times and tried not to smile. Can I really take it all? Do you think you would say something? I don't mean boss. Jinwoo waved the paper in the air, and laughed. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Jinwoo bowed deeply. It was tricky to figure out who had given money to whom. Meanwhile outside the dungeon, the group members were good at waiting around now. They sat in small groups doing whatever they wanted. Once Jinwoo, their leader, and Jinwoo Sung, his sidekick, entered the dungeon. Most of the group played the popular card game Go Stop. Now 5 people were sitting in a circle. What number is this raid? One of them asked. Another person thought for a moment, and said, we did 3 the day before yesterday, 2 yesterday, and now this is our 2nd, today. That makes it number 7. Someone else added, do you think those 2 can keep raiding dungeons like this? Usually you'd take a week off after attacking one dungeon. Don't worry about them, they don't even get tired. We make an extra 3 million won every time. It's great for us. Now it's your turn, show your card. Okay? Even though Jinwoo and Jingyu worked non-stop without resting, they never looked tired. The other hunters didn't know this was because of the potions. The potions had already helped them finish more than a third of the 19 raids they needed to complete. Soon the black gate shimmered and Jinwoo and Jino stepped out. Ah, the leader's back, someone said. Let's get moving. Jinwoo replied. The hunters started cleaning up their areas. Please pack that up. And wake anyone who's still sleeping. Don't forget to grab everything you need. The hunters left in a line. Even the ones who had just woken up quickly got dressed and prepared. Let's move out. They were slowly getting used to these surprise attacks. In a nearby office of the White Tiger Guild. It was still very early. Sangmin, who managed the training team, was angry even before sunrise. Hyun, where is the training spot for tomorrow? We were supposed to reserve it. Kachul Hyun looked down. I'm sorry, mister. There's a group of workers who always take over the job whenever a lower level portal appears nearby, even before we can do anything. What? Why don't you just pay them more and handle it ourselves? It's not like we don't have the money or people to do it. What's the problem? I was going to do that. But hey, how dare you talk back like that? The entire second group fell silent at Sangmin's yell. It had been a while since he'd been this mad. What was the White Tiger Guild? It was one of the top 5 guilds in Korea. Its members were the best. Kashul was a great employee. He had not made any big mistakes since joining, but he could not reserve even one gate for training new members. This was a big problem. The first group managed schedules for the hunters in the guild. The second team, run by Sangmin, focused on hiring and training new members. Please look at this manager, Ian, Kashul said, holding out his laptop. He was close to tears. Sangmin was about to yell, but then saw the numbers on the screen and froze. 250 million won. Are you kidding me? Who would pay that much just to raid a mid-level gate? He couldn't believe what he was hearing. The most money you could usually make from a mid-level gate was about 200 million won. Paying more than that would be a bad deal. At first, the price was around 70 million won. But when I tried to buy it for 100 million, they paid 250 million instead. Now Sangmin understood why Kachul had been so upset earlier when he yelled at his team member. Who are these people? They're crazy. Sangmin quickly typed on the computer, and soon the search results popped up. As Kachul had said, a special team kept buying all the C-rank gate permits for huge sums of money, at an incredibly fast pace. The absolute lunatics. This was the territory of the White Tiger Guild. Sangmin first thought, another guild might be causing trouble. No way though. No other guild would dare challenge the White Tiger like this. The other top clubs knew how dangerous it was to challenge the White Tiger Club, and how easily they could be defeated. It couldn't be another club then. Who would it be and why? Sangmin felt nervous and checked the information about the strike team members. The leader's name was Jinyo Yu. I've never heard of him. Sangmin's job was to find new recruits. He knew every single freelance hunter's name, even if they had only a little fame, but Jinyo Yu was someone he had never heard of before. He decided to ignore Jinyo for the moment. Then he slowly scrolled down the list of members to see if he knew any of them. There was only one name that sounded familiar, Jinwoo-sung. Jinwoo-sung. I've heard that name before. After some thought, he remembered the thing that happened with the dungeon about 2 months earlier. The White Tiger Guild had helped the group at the time. Kachul, do you remember that dungeon our men helped out with a couple of months ago? Of course I do. They said there were no wild animals, except for one person who survived. Wait, didn't they mention something about survivors? What was the name of that one person who lived? Kachul was smart, and had a great memory. He didn't need to look things up, because he remembered everything easily. He replied right away. Jinwoo-sung, E-rank hunter. Sangmin had been right all along. He just knew something was off. His instincts had never failed him before. He yelled to everyone, stop what you're doing and find out everything you can about Jinyo Yu, the D-rank hunter, and Jinwoo-sung, the E-rank hunter. Now, great team members, step up when it matters most. Elites are exceptional for a reason, so details started coming out. Jinyo Yu wasn't really special, except he was the second son of Ma Yonghan Yu, leader of Yujin Construction. Jinwoo Sung was different though. There were 3 events including the double dungeon that he went through without getting hurt. Kachul confirmed this. Yes, even though he is just an E-rank hunter. Jinwoo and Jinho first met during Jinho's initial raid. They were the only 2 survivors. The 2 of them formed a team, and started clearing dungeons really fast, finishing 2 or 3 each day. Something feels off. What are they doing? Well, wait. People are talking that Chairman Ma Yonghan Yu has been contacting top hunters lately. Yes, that rumor is going around. And Jinho Yu is his son. Chairman Yu was trying to start a guild. This was an open secret in the business. If that were true, Jinho's strange actions must be connected. Wait! A picture was forming in Sangmin's mind. It makes sense now. Kachul swallowed hard as his manager's eyes changed. Sangmin was confident. That guy, he's a reawakened hunter, he said. Kachul looked like a deer caught in headlights. Sangmin was completely sure. Right? An E-rank hunter isn't much different from a regular person. In a big situation like that, it's not unlikely that they would just get killed. But Jinwoo had made it out alive every time, even when over half the hunters were killed each time. Sure, he might have been lucky, but what about that 3rd incident? The situation with Tesik Kang from the surveillance team was unusual. Records show that a C-rank mage hunter defeated him with help from a B-rank healer. This seems strange because members of the surveillance team are trained to fight other hunters. If Tesik Kang wasn't careless, he would have likely targeted the B-rank healer first, since healers don't have combat skills but hold high rank. Yet somehow a C-rank mage hunter stopped him alone, which is hard to believe because mage hunters are generally weaker in direct fights, especially against assassin-class hunters like Tesik Kang. If Tasik wasn't paying attention, he might have ignored a B-ranked healer, but Jinwoo Sung had gone through a second awakening, and became a top-level hunter. Someone who was with C-ranked Cheol Song stopped him. Songmin had no proof, but he was sure of his suspicions. Jinyo Yu discovered Jinwoo's special talents during a raid, and decided to test him for the guild. His father was starting. This explains everything. It's a big deal because not many people knew how powerful Jinwoo really was as a reawakened hunter. Chairman Yu didn't accept just anyone into his group, especially since he was choosing the founding members. This was a great chance to get talented people away from him. If this guy could defeat Tasik, who is a B-ranked hunter, he must be at least as strong as a B-ranked hunter. The first thing Sangmin needed to do was check out Jinwoo before he joined another group, especially Chairman Yu's. A competition would be intense when Jinwoo was re-evaluated. Even if Jinwoo wasn't as strong as Sangmin thought he was, it wouldn't make a difference. There were only a few hunters who had reawakened, and the media from around the world paid close attention to them. No amount of money could buy this kind of advertising. This was an opportunity they couldn't miss. If the hunter already signed a contract with him, there's nothing we can do, but it seemed unlikely. If he were skilled enough, he would have moved past Sarank dungeons by now. There was still a good chance things could change. This meant the White Tiger Guild had one last opportunity. Sangmin quickly grabbed his jacket from the back of his chair and put it on. Kachul, let's go, he said. He made sure not to leave without his trusted friend by his side. Since Kachul was the only one who could take over his role someday, Sangmin was being especially hard on him. Kachul looked surprised. Excuse me, where are we going, manager? In? Where? To find a new team member. You're doing the recruiting yourself. Why? Is there an issue? Sangmin answered calmly before walking out of the room. Kachul followed him, looking confused. This was strange. This was the first time Sangmin had gone to recruit someone himself, since he became manager 2 years ago.